Good evening.
Good evening, Father.
So, what are you giving up for Lent? That seems to be the question. Or at least that's the first question people will ask us with respect to Lent. But I would suggest this, that this question should not be the first question. This question should be the last question to ask as we begin the season of Lent. And of course, this season is all about pausing, evaluating, examining, growing, maybe changing something. That's the invitation, isn't it? Actually, the word Lent comes from an Old English word that means springtime. And when you think of springtime, what do you think of? Things growing, new life. That's what spring is all about, and that's what Lent is all about. So let's go back to the questions. If the question, what to give up for Lent, should not be the first question, but the last one, what are the other questions? Now, Father James Keenan, who is a Jesuit priest, and he teaches ethics and moral theology at Boston College, he talks about the fact that in life, whether it's our spiritual life or relationships, professional life, in order to grow, there are three questions that we always need to ask. The question number one is this: where are you right now? How are you doing? How is my relationship with God? How is my relationship with the people around me? Does anything need to change or be readjusted or recalculated or watered in order to grow? That's the first question. Where am I right now at this moment in my life? Lent 2023, Ash Wednesday. Now, question number two, once we answer this question, is where do I want to be? Where is God calling me to be? You know? That's question number two. And those two questions are immensely important. They require honesty, openness, genuineness, courage maybe. So the first question is, where am I right now and where I hope to be? And now the last question is where the idea of giving up something for Lent comes in. If this is where I am right now in my spiritual life, in my relationships, whatever it is, and this is where I know I want to be, I know God is calling me to be. The third question is, how do I get from point A to point B? How do I get there? What do I need to do? And maybe I do, in fact, need to give up something. Maybe something needs to be given up. Or maybe I have to do something. And it has nothing to do with giving up, but rather with openness to do something. Something new maybe, something different, to change the direction. So again, in my estimation, the question, what are you giving up for Lent, should not be the first question to ask, but the last one to ask, the third question. Because only after we can answer the first two questions, where am I right now and where I want to be, can we actually begin to get at the right answer to the question, what do I need to do this Lent? And that, my friends, is an invitation. Again, God invites us to grow in our love for Him. God invites us to grow in our love for one another. In our dedication to His gospel, to His message, and to living out what Christ preached. So as we gather today, let us ask God to bless this Lenten journey, to water this Lenten journey. May it indeed be a springtime where we, with God's grace, can grow in our own spiritual life, that we have a way of answering those three questions that have a power to change and bring about amazing things.